eCapitol News Director Sean Ashley joins us with more on the education budget and other news at the Capitol. Sean, thank you for being with us.
You're very welcome.
Well, I understand the State Department of Education is very happy with its $2.4 billion appropriation. It's a blessing, but they still have some cuts they'll have to deal with, right?
That's right. Coming into this legislative session, they, as were other agencies, were very concerned about the revenue losses they might have. And when you look at their final numbers, they actually lost about $54 million in the end. So that means some cuts that were implemented last year are going to be carried over into the 2017-2018 school year. During those mid-year cuts that were implemented, they had to get rid of funding for ag in the classroom, state support for professional development, and financial literacy programs throughout school districts across the state. Those cuts will be continued into the coming year. Superintendent Joy Hoffmeister stressed what they're doing is really focusing their funding on early childhood education and remedial reading instruction as they move into the next fiscal year, two areas of concern that they feel that continued strong funding is necessary.
So trying to see the silver lining, but it's still a struggle.
That's exactly right.
Well, and the Oklahoma's budget picture could become even more bleak with some pending lawsuits.
That's correct. Republican gubernatorial candidate Gary Richardson announced that he plans to file lawsuits challenging the constitutionality of 3 bills which would raise additional money for the coming fiscal year. Those were the fee on electric and hybrid cars, the freeze of the standard deduction, and then a sales tax that was implemented on the purchase of new or used motor vehicles in the coming year. This amounts to tens of millions of dollars, in fact more than $100 million that could be lost. At the same time, of course, there is the lawsuit pending on the tobacco cessation fee. So you could be talking about nearly half the money which was raised this year going away if these lawsuits are successful.
So basically every state agency is on the edge of its seat throughout the rest of this year, right?
Yeah, they'll be holding their breath.
Okay, and something else that people don't really consider is the role of the arts as an economic booster to the state.
That's right. This week, Oklahomans for the Arts released a report on the economic impact of arts programs across the state. Overall, it generates more than $820 million of economic activity across the state. These are things ranging from small exhibits in community museums on up to large major art productions in Oklahoma City and Tulsa, and they do have an economic impact across the state.
Well, it's important to pay attention to all the pieces that come together to keep Oklahoma viable.
They are an important part of the economy.
Yeah, all right. Sean Ashley with eCapitol, thank you for being with us.
You're very welcome.